I am Dr. Zaharan. I'm the founding director of the Biblotheca Alexandrina, head of the international jury that selected the winning project of Snohetta, and the advisor of the president of the University of Alexandria, and rapporteur general of the National Committee for the Revival of the Ancient Library of Alexandria. I'm happy to have you, and thank you for coming all the way from Norway to Alexandria to have this recording. Many things are not known about the beginning. Tonight I will tell you about the middle of the trip, but the beginning is important. How the project was launched. Back in 1942, when the University of Alexandria was established. At that time it was called King Farouk University. Dr. Taha Hussein, the first president of the university, in the inaugural speech before the king, he told him the establishment of the University of Alexandria, the King Farouk University, is in fact the revival of the ancient library of Alexandria. That was in an inaugural speech in the founding of the university. And it ended, the idea was mentioned then. It ended, and remember, the establishment of the university happened in 1942. 42 was the beginning of the war in western of Alexandria between the Nazi, the German army, and the British, who were occupying Alexandria at the time. And even during the war, the university was established, building for peace and not for war, while the occupier was concerned with war. And then time went on. I was appointed as the chairman of the Planning Commission of Alexandria, and I authored the comprehensive plan of Alexandria. At that time I met with the president of Alexandria University, Dr. Farid Mustafa, and showed him what we have developed, and asked me to be a rapporteur of a newly established committee for the revival of the ancient library of Alexandria. The committee included myself, Dr. Mustafa Al-Abadi, who was professor of Greco-Roman studies, Dr. Sadr, Din Sadr, and Dr. Dwidar, Lotfi Dwidar. I was the rapporteur. And I was asked, since we are talking about the revival, what the revival project of the bibliothèque will be. So I authored the program to include so many functions and so many facilities and so many services. And we prepared a program and we printed a brochure for that. And at that time, we met together and we said, we do not have even enough funds to finish the conference center, but still under construction. How can we think of building a library? Then we need first to get international support. So we asked our ambassador at UNESCO to appeal to UNESCO, submit a request, formal request, and we got almost the executive board of UNESCO to approve 50 votes to 2 votes the support of UNESCO to the project. And they sent a delegation to us. And I met with the delegation. Where planning to library? Oh, in the site, next to the conference center. And they visited the conference center and all of this. And they told us, UNESCO does not support provinces or governorates, support national governments. So the committee must be a national committee. And the ministry should be in charge. The ministry concerned should be in charge. Not the president of the university, because this becomes governorate project. This should be a national project so we can get UNESCO support. UNESCO gives nations, national government, not local government. Support. You follow me? So we decided, well, what we are going to give? We give the site. All right, have you decreed that? Not yet. It's all ideas. No, we have to have documents. So the president of the university took a decision with the board of the UNESCO, decided with the board of the university to allocate the site with the conference center, for the new project. How much was that? I appreciate that to be, at that time, $60 million at that time. And that will be the Egyptian part of the input. Then you ask the international community at least 50-50, get another 60. You give 60, they give 60. So how will we do it? We need international competition. So I made a brochure for that, and I made a design that would fit in the site according to the program and the square meters required and the functions required, and had it printed. And I showed it to the president of the university. Here it is. We send it to UNESCO. It says, if we have the design ready, why don't you do it? Why do we run around? Already we have the design. I told them, no. We need money. We need international support. We need involvement. Not only in the beginning, for the continuation of international commitment. You can build something, but you cannot maintain it. Build it and have it continue with international input. So we go to international competition. We decide on international competition with UNESCO, agreed, and to give international credibility to the project, because they were afraid that any project will disappear, the funds will disappear. Now we want the guarantee with the presence of the international community in it, through UNESCO. And that was agreed upon. And to give credibility, we agreed that the documents of the competition be sold at UNESCO. Now, whoever collected the documents collects it from UNESCO and pays the nominal amount. And the prizes through UNESCO. So you know that when you submit a competition and get a prize, you get it from UNESCO. So not through a government and you run around. No. Once you get the prize, you get the money. You got the idea? Mm-hmm. Because there was some sort of doubt. What will happen? مش عايز أقولها. So, we made, the competition was announced and so many applicants agreed upon, and it submitted the designs to UNESCO, and about 1,350 submissions from 77 nations, not submissions, applications from 77 nations. The final projects that were submitted actually were about 450. 4 boards, 1 meter by 70, for each submission.
Black and white.
That was it. And now we need a place. It was announced, it was submitted to UNESCO, the designs. Not we want it to be shipped from UNESCO to here. UNESCO had already the UNDP money submitted to them. So they shipped them at the account of the money organ, not the other money. The money that you have are sent to Egypt. Instead of coming to Egypt, went to Guadeloupe in the Caribbean. Guadeloupe Airport, Guadeloupe in the Caribbean. All the designs went there. Where is it? Has not arrived in Egypt. So when they kept searching around the airports for the world, they were somewhere in Guadeloupe. Ship it back to Paris, and from Paris to Alexandria we got it. And we got the technical committee to look through it and to check the compliance of the applicants with the competition rules and contents and specifications. That was through the conference center. And then we announced the jury members were already included in the competition documents, the names, and it was decided on the date where they meet, including UNESCO representative. Again, the presence was important for the credibility. Credibility was important. Now we have to have stands for these. 540 projects, each 1 meter by 70, have to be displayed. Where? Imagine, where? No place in Egypt. Or it's in the conference center. Who will make the stands? There was no preparation for it. I did it, and I paid for it. Because we have to show the Egyptian side fulfills the promise. If you promise something, deliver. If you promise something, deliver. We prepared it, we had it displayed, and then the jury met. Where the jury would stay, the jury members in Cecil Hotel. Well, who pays for them in Cecil Hotel? We have to pay for it. I had to go and shop around to get some support from the Ministry of Tourism to pay for the hotel stay. Again, I had no budget. I was working with no formal budget allocations. Do you believe that? And dinners and hospitality had to prepare for it because I was representing a nation. I was representing a nation. The nation. Not any nation, the nation. And then after that, when decided the first prize was Snohetta was on top. And the difference was great between the first and the second prize was so much difference between the brilliance of the idea and the second and the third prizes and the honor mention. There were honorable mentions also. Then when it was decided and voted upon, over 8 members of the jury, some of them expert librarians, some of them architects. And the names are included in his. And all right, we opened. I had the envelopes already in a big envelope. I opened the envelope of number 1 with the confidential numbers, and then I read Snohetta and the telephone number. I called them from Cecil. Who answered? Shetel Torsen. He would remember that, and he would tell you about it. I told them, congratulations, you are the first prize winner in the Library of Alexandria. My name is such and such. And oh, thank you, I couldn't believe it. What? Then it was a surprise, that the result appeared.
Nobody believed it.
Then, what number are you calling from? He asked me, because he thought it was a prank call. So he called back and he made sure of it. Come in 3 days for the celebration, like an actual occasion, formal occasion, for the announcement of the results. And come with your team members. I didn't know how many members of the team, but since he answered, he was in charge, he would make the message of telling everybody, yani. And they came here, and UNESCO man was around, took their names to have the checks made at UNESCO for all of them. The second was from Brazilian. Italian, yes. Nicoletti.
Yes, Alfredi Nicoletti.
Yes. And the third was Brazilian.
The third was Brazilian. Yes.
And with honorable mention, so everybody had a prize for them to be given by UNESCO. So there was credibility. We promised and we delivered. And after that, there was a story, oh, these are young people who don't know anything. They just graduated from college. How can they manage a national, international project? Not national, international project with this. How could you risk that? And I was defending them like their father. No, we were the winner, like a horse race. The winning prize is there for everybody to see. Nobody can deny it. I was soloist, defending. Like one of the big names in Egypt, electrical engineer, who was famous, is Mr. Ragab, who was he's in charge of the pharaonic village in Cairo. Made a big announcement in the Aram newspaper that the project is a failure. The tramway moving on Alexander Great Street in Alexandria will affect the foundations of this building. Electricity from the tramway will destroy the building, the new building. So it's lost. But it will jump the Faculty of Law and Faculty of Literature, jump and just go to the library on the side. Yeah, these are some of the doubts were everywhere.
I remember.
And the press was happy to report all the objections. They like always to show the opposition.
The other side of the story.
So I was defending it. And the idea to make this, I talked to the minister, told him, well, to answer the doubts, we have to have him prepare a study, a feasibility study, what was called the preliminary design review, to show all the services and the structure and the climate and the networks that could work correctly, and they are capable of doing it. The PDR, preliminary design review, was like an implementation of the preliminary design, and to be submitted before Aswan. It was decided to have a conference in Aswan for the support of the library, organized by UNESCO, and to get an international committee, national commission, to be like the godfather of the project, which included the librarian of the Library of Congress, and Sheikh Zayed, and Francois Mitterrand of France, and the Princess of Monaco, and Melina Mercouri of Italy, and Lord Briggs of the UK, big international figures in it.
You mean Saddam was there?
No, Saddam wasn't there. No, Sultan Qaboos of Oman, and Prince Turk, the brother of the king of Saudi, and Sheikh Zayed. That's a committee, such committee. And that committee will meet for the first time in Aswan. UNESCO will issue the invitation, and another one from the president of Egypt, since it's in Egypt, and to meet in Aswan. And I prepared I went to Special, took everything with me to Aswan in a half truck from Alexandria to Aswan. And all the shows and the banners and everything, I took it with me. Who in Aswan will do it? You go to a hotel and display all the setup in Aswan. And they prepared a model which is displayed then now in the library in UNESCO, was delivered in UNESCO and was sent here. And UNESCO hired Egypt airplane to carry all the guests from there to here. And all the staff, including the Director General of UNESCO, and to come here. And they sent me the bill of the plane. قلت الطيارة. I had to pay it. Told the minister, sign it. I don't sign things. Signature means you go for investigation. لما تمضي على حاجة, you go for investigation. I signed, I had to pay for it. I got some money from the ministry at that time to pay for that and to pay for the hotel stay in Aswan of all the guests, including the dinner given by the president to the guests. Also, the bill of the dinner came to me. Not to me as a person, as an organization, يعني. That was the beginning, all right. The project was supported and declaration of Aswan was issued. Shetter was there and Craig Dykers, I guess, and I think Capella was there. Was there in Aswan. And after that, all right, we have PDR submitted. Now, I have to get a committee to look at the PDR. Not me, a committee, technical committee. Is this buildable? Is this buildable? They employed some international experts, UNESCO, with Nuhaita, to give advice on the structure, construction, foundation, electric system, lighting, HVAC, all the services. That's a PDR. All right, then a contract can be arranged. At that time there was no contract. PDR was like, we'll see, we can do it or not. This is history. And then we told them, you have to marry somebody who would be, according to the competition rules, who would be your Egyptian counterpart. Because we want to transfer expertise from international scene to the local scene. We went around finally, and then Hamza, they chose Hamza. And the minister asked me, do you approve Hamza? I told them, they are going to get married together. If they approve him, it's their problem. If I tell somebody else, another man from Alexandria, another office from Alexandria, where say you imposed it upon us, but they have to coexist. They have to do it as a teamwork, with agreements and with credibility and with trust, It's important. And then we managed to get their contract finally approved with Hamza as joint venture together, and then prepare for phase. Sorry for. We decided the construction implementation will be in 2 phases. Phase 1 is foundation, structure underground, because the project was next to the sea and needed special arrangement, special foundations next to the sea because of the sea water and the high sea water table. And the second phase will be the superstructure and the fitting out and the cladding and all the other finishes. Phase 1 was by tender documents were arranged, and the winner of the phase 1 was Trevi,
Hudeo Trevi,
Radio Trevi, the Arab contractors. Radio Trevi, 63%, 17.5%, 17.5%. And 2/3, 1/3 to 2. Arab contractor was 17.5. And that took almost about 15 months. Second phase, which was about 3 years, that another tender document for phase 2 was won by Belfor Beatty, the Arab contractor. Belfor Beatty 50, and Arab contractor 50%, but the deciding partner was Belfor Beatty. This is important. Those who communicate with you was Belfor Beatty. This is important for the continuity. Arab contractors was important because they were in phase 1. It's good that they continue in phase 2. And it took about 3.5 years, and until the project was finished, I was finished. And I left the library as the director, as the first director of the library. But the library managed to do many activities before I left. I created about 24 Friends of the Library Association, one in Norway, in Italy, in England, in the US, several, in Germany, in France, in Spain, Canada. So, supporters of the library. I created that. The other thing was that we had conferences done before the opening of the library, cultural and technical conferences. And even we got performances in the conference center. It was completed of Arabic music, and international troops would come in and play. So the library was active before the formal opening in various shows, activities, and cultural and educational activities, intellectual activities. And then to get support of the library, technical support, I got people from Germany to support it. And Norway, I met with the Prime Minister, Mr. Brundtland, Mrs. Brundtland, to ask her for the support of the library. And she agreed that Norway would give support to the construction of the furniture, which was designed by Snohetta. The furniture was made in Norway and shipped to Alexandria. So building, container and content. Container and content was done through Norwegian input. And I told her we have done a great deal for Norway, got their fame worldwide, to be known as experts in giving brilliant designs. That will be the first step toward international recognition, and that was part of the image of the library and the message of the library, to be a window of Egypt to the world and a window of the world on Egypt. By this, I have finished my mission. Thank you.